What up? We got more cube, because it's the bestest. Lots of good cards in this pack. Porcelain Legionnaire is a really good aggro creature, even when you're not white. I prefer to be white, but like even in a white deck, I don't mind just playing it on turn 2. Pulse of Research is pretty good card drawing spell. Arc Lightning, obviously a lot of value there. Archwell is a good Vengevine, really solid creature, insane with stuff like Survival of the Fittest. Knight of the Reliquary is also a pretty good card. I think this is just basically Wildfire, just with a different wording. Yeah, it's just you choose lands you control and destroy them instead of sacrificing them. We also have Stomping Ground. I think I'm just gonna take Compulsive Research though, because I like dirty cards. Oh, we got some options here. So there's Strip Mine, which is the Insanities. There's a decent 6-drop. We got a Planeswalker. He's really like a token deck guy. Yeah, very good pack, obviously. Second pick in cube. Monolith, insane card for Monolith. Really ramps you well. Just based off my first pick, though, maybe I should just take Strip Mine. I think I'm just going to go with Geist of St. Traft. Because, he's a very powerful card if you can build the right kind of deck, actually, in cube. And like there's less just shitty like 2-power things for him to trade with because everything in cube is good. So even when you trade with him, you still feel good. But Strip Mine is the better card, but let's just take Geist and have more funds. Okay. Wow, lots of good stuff here. Daybreak Ranger I really like in green-red decks actually. Good ramp stuff. Okay, ramp stuff. Lightning Helix, pretty sweet multicolor card. There's Day. There's also a Shelldock Isle, and we basically know we're playing blue. And this card is really good. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I feel that it is a very good card. So, let's take that. Okay, Tinker's pretty sweet in a lot of powered cubes. Unfortunately, it has the small issue of there not being as many artifacts, and like because it's a 720 cube, Tinker doesn't have as many sacrifice or Tinker into targets. Like there's like Sphinx, the Steel Wind, Sundering Titan, but not Battlesphere. I think those are the main 3 to Tinker into. But there's no like mocks or anything. You know, there's a lot, no signets, a lot of less cheap artifacts. So I think it's either between Land and Cloudskate then, just based off my colors. This isn't a great pack. This guy's a fine aggro creature. Yeah, I will. I always like Cloudskate. It's a pretty good card actually. We got a Tarmogoyf. That's pretty sweet. Lots of personnel. That's pretty sweet. We also have Upheaval. Upheaval is like it's insane, and you have to build your deck around it. That said, I could take Talisman here. I could take like Tarmogoyf and get into green. Guys, like Upheaval. I feel like even if my deck ends up not being able to use it like properly to finish, it's still a card that I will like not regret drafting. Because if we can get our deck to work around it, it'll just be insane. Oust. I was really hoping they'd cut this one. It's just not good. We got Warmonk, who might be of consideration here. In fact, that's probably what I'll take. Eighth Vial is cool, but like we just don't have creatures. It is best in like blue-white decks. This would be absolutely freaking savage if we took Strip Mine earlier. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Warmonk here. We don't have to play him or anything, but if we can get the mana fixing to support him, like why not? It's going to be Mutavault here. I don't like Sacred Foundry isn't really fixing 2 colors that I want. And so I'll just take a colorless land because Mutavault is a very good man land. Should turn down my fan in the background. Huh. This is an interesting pack. Wild in the Cattle is good in decks that Wild in the Cattle is good in. I don't really know another way to phrase it. You can always take Tech Edge. Tragic Slip's the best. Maybe I should just take Tragic Slip. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Tragic Slip is the best just because it's a decent removal spell, right? And those are rarely ever bad. Probably won't play it, but who knows? We could end up in black. This is Cube. Anything can happen. Okay, this is our wheel pack, I believe. There's a lot of good red cards left, actually. That's kind of surprising. Maybe I should have taken... Well, I'm going to take Stifle here, because it usually works. This is a main deckable card in Cube. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this card. Maybe I should have taken the Foundry, though, and kept my options a little more open. Whatever. Here, not on... What? What? Fuck. But is our deck even good with it? Well, actually, it's pretty good with upheaval, isn't it? I really would like Ponder for the consistency offers, but Grim Monolith is such a... Like, I'm really shocked that wheeled. Wow. Yeah. Here... Like, I know there's no print runs for Cube. You can always see the two Hermits together. I don't know why. Like, always. Out of all these cards, I guess I'll take... I don't really want to play Palancron. I mean, it being free and all is cool, but it's just not a great finisher. I mean, a 4/5 for 7. Like, I'd rather just tap out to play Moloku, Kaiga, Frost Titan, Consecrated Sphinx, and all those things are cheaper than it in the first place. Okay. I guess Pyroclasm's the best. I don't even know. All these cards are kind of good. I don't think this should be in the cube. This guy is like mono red mirror match. And Vines is, I guess, an acceptable card. So that's one I will take. We gotta figure out what we're doing here, but we certainly have some powerful cards, so. Whatever. Someone can have the frickin' Rat Ninjas. I don't think I'll be playing City Traders, however. Mog War Marshal is actually, like, a fine... The red deck just wants 2 drops, right? Or, like, the red-white deck, those kind of aggro decks. And Mog War Marshal's not the worst. He gets you 3 power, eventually. At any point in time, the card Mog War Marshal will have been responsible for 3 power on the table. Okay, so there's a lot of good stuff in this pack. We have aforementioned Tinker Target, not what I'm going to be taking here, however. Jace is a really good Planeswalker, I feel. I would probably take him, given that we only really... No, we're blue. I think we want to play blue-white. I think that's the plan. Path, really good. Removal spell, blue-white. Cloud Ranger, solid creature. But there's Lotus Cobra, land. Like, all this stuff's good, but there's a sword, and as much as I hate to pass Jace, it is a sword. You just don't pass swords in Cube or in any limited format, for that matter. Like, I only have 3 creatures, but you don't need a lot of creatures for sword to be good. And it's early enough in the draft that, hey, I know I'm going to pick up more creatures at some point, so. Okay, we got some mana fixing. I'm hoping we'll wheel this. I don't think we're going to use a pick on this one here. This thing's pretty good in reanimation decks. Godless Shrine, that's a fine land. It's between... I should look at my cost. Yeah, it's between Mirran Crusader and Dungeon Geists. And I already have a lot of 3-drops, plus I'm thinking I'm going to be heavy blue compared to anything else. So I'm just going to go with the Dungeon Geists here. Yeah. Okay. Void Slime. It's a cool spell. I don't think it's something I'll be looking to play right now. This is a fetch that doesn't help us too much, unfortunately. Devil's Play is, in my opinion, the best fireball for Cube. I think most people agree with me on that. I think it's better than Banefire for sure. I think they took Banefire out and left that guy in, which makes sense to me. Lone Revenant, I like this guy in Avatar Store Draft. Maybe he's 720 material, but this is usually not a card. Like, this isn't a card I really feel should be in the Cube, unfortunately. What do I want to take? Maybe just Literal Core. Like, I can probably wheel one of these 2 big dudes. Yeah, I'll just take Literal Core. We need a few cheaper creatures, and he's good with Sword, and he's good looter. Aeon Chronicler, I am actually a big fan of. Don't think I'm going to take it here, mostly because I'm also a big fan of Mana War. And Yeah, Manowar I think fits into the kind of deck we're building. I mean, I could take the Mana Rocks kind of help you build around Upheaval, but yeah, I think I would rather have Mana War than one of those things. Might not play Rocks Warmonk, depends if I can find the fixing for. Hello, Factor Fiction. Factor Fiction is one of the most satisfying cards in Magic to cost. It's also not a whole lot else in this pack, although I actually would not mind Windswept Teeth. Still gonna take Factor Fiction. Like it's like you literally have to hit like 5 lands for Factor Fiction to be bad. Otherwise, you're like you always feel like you came out on top, like by a large margin. Okay, we got Dismiss, Mind Stone, Chapel, Mind Slayer. I don't know. It's not a whole lot for deck. I think I'm just gonna take the Mind Stone. We don't really know how we would win with Upheaval, but like even just like getting to like 9 and leaving like a floating mana going Upheaval Geist, like that's easily good enough, and this will kind of help with that plan. I'm never unhappy to play Mind Stone, so there we go. Okay, we got some pretty sweet cards here. Loot House, cool card. I don't think we're really set to play it. I think the pick here is actually between Drogskull Reaver just as an expensive finisher and Repeal as a tempo card. And if I can get more, I haven't seen like fuck all for white. I mean, like all my white cards, like I'm basically mono blue at this point. So I'd like a little fixing. I think Blood Braid Elf is the best card. I'm going to take Repeal over Drogskull Reaver, I think, just for the tempo it offers. Yeah. I think that I want it. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Like, we could totally open, I don't know, what's a fucking nutty Planeswalker? Well, the two nuttiest Planeswalkers are Jace and Elspeth, and we'd be in the color set. So I don't know what I'm talking about there. Here, what's this? Yeah. The card I'm looking at is actually Tar Pit. I mean, these cards are all fine here. If I was playing red, Fire Ice would be a lot better. I don't think Yeah, I guess I'll just play Tar Pit. I mean, it's a land. I won't play it if I don't have like a reason to play black, but it's certainly one of the better dual lands because its man mode, if you will, is just great. 3/2 unblockable. That's a really solid man land. Okay, so Grave Titan Wield, which is stupid. This is one of the best 6-drop finishers. Nothing really else for me, so I'm going to hate draft a Grave Titan. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that card should not have wheeled. I guess I'll just take an Inquisition here. That or I like hate Genesis Wave from the ramp deck. I don't know. Frantic Search, I'm not a big fan of. When you're doing reanimation, I think it's a great card. When you're not, meh. So we could go Void Slime, or we could just take Revenant. And I said Revenant's not great. Like, he's not really a cube-worthy card. Although it's 720, you have a lot of choices. But I'll still take him. Yeah. Totally fine. I mean, in a deck with a low amount of creatures, he's better. Probably Aeon Chronicle. Dismantle Blow is actually kind of a sweet thing to have for the sideboard, but yeah, Aeon Chronicle is something I can play in the main deck. Or like, I don't know what we are. We're kind of mono blue. I don't even, these are all just cards. What did I click? We're gonna find out. In case you're wondering, I closed my eyes and I wiggled my mouse. Could use a few more creatures. Hey, we ended up with the Loot House. Yeah, we can't really play that. We shouldn't really play Tar Pit either, but if we want to splash for something black. Like frickin' Wheeled Grid. Hey! Remember I was talking about Jace? So there's 2 lands that actually wouldn't be awful to have here. Absorb would be fine. Fiend Hunter, Journey. In fact, we'll probably wheel something. Elish Norn. Yeah, but Jace. Demonic Tutor, that's a great one as well. But Jace. What you gonna do? Look at how many abilities he has. How many abilities do you have? Not 4. You don't have 4. I see you there. Sitting on your computer. You're like, I'm trying to count my abilities. You don't have 4 though. This guy. Just great card. It's kind of funny. I realized why they didn't put Jace 3 in Cube, and now I'm gonna give my little spiel on Jace 3 in Cube. People say he's overpowered, and that's true to like some extent, but I'm going to take Cryptic Command here, I think, by the way, over Frost Titan and Delver, because I'm mono blue and Cryptic, basically mono blue, and Cryptic Command seems pretty good in that setup. But Jace 3, the issue with him is that he either just wins you the game and it feels terrible because your opponent couldn't do anything about it, like you just killed them so fast by milling them and limited. But the games where he doesn't win you the game, he doesn't do anything. Like, there's no value. Like, sure, he'll maybe draw you a card or get them closer to death, but like a card that's either like the best card possible to slam down or the worst card like does nothing for you is not really the type of thing you want to queue. So I can understand the removal. I'd still probably put it in if I had a powered cube. But I don't know. That's just me. I like playing cool cards. Anyways, going to take Cryptic Command because we're clearly going to be very heavy blue. And I don't really need Frost Titan. I already got some big dudes. Okay. Trinket Mage. You got the Sky Swallower. Trinket Mage doesn't do anything. Well, no, he doesn't do anything. Should probably just take the land here. Yeah, yeah, I should probably take the land. Eternal Dragon is actually not awful because he plane cycles, which is really cool. But, yeah. There's nothing I'd rather play than Savannah here. I don't think Warmonk's going to make it. Geist is definitely going to make the deck, though. I'm going to, look at that. Nicole Bolas. He is a Bola. Straight up Bola. I think, yeah, I don't really want that. Like, I think I'm going to be mostly mono blue. I don't know. Like, no cool. So, I could play Future Sight. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just have Solemn than Future Sight all the time. And Solemn will help me find my non-blue lands, right? Like, Warmonk's getting cut, but I don't think Geist is. Like, I really want to play Geist. Not a big fan of Kai Booty here. Actually, Flooded Strand is just the pick. I mean, I was thinking about Undermine being like, well, I got this Tar Pit, but yeah, definitely want the Flooded Strand. Makes us playing white cards a lot easier alongside our blue cards. Caracas is pretty sweet, actually. It's a nice utility thing. Impulse. Do I just want Impulse? It's that or like, I guess I'll just take Memory Jar because it's the most powerful card, shenanigans aside, and so, yeah, why not? Okay, I don't think I'm playing it though. Out of the blue-green cards here, I'm not actually sure which one is better. I'm not actually a big fan of Memory Lapse. Like, I get that it tempos them, but I just want it to actually counter the damn spell. It's not like Remand where it draws you a card. Which is better out of these two? It's tough. I guess I'll take the Mystic Snake. I can probably find room for the green splash. I really don't actually want to play Warmonk, but like I'm gonna be playing a little white and a little green most likely. I got Savannah and a Flooded Strand to help with that. So yeah. Trade Wind Rider seems pretty decent in my deck. I don't have a ton of creatures, but bouncing stuff, tempo and whatnot seems alright. So I probably should just play Upheaval because A, it gets you out of like any bad situations pretty much, which no other cards really do. And like B, it can also just win me the game. Okay. I think it's between Fathom Seer and Absorb. And I just probably want another creature in Fathom Seer. Stuff's going to be getting cut, so I don't know what the end result is going to look like for this deck, but... how many instants and sorcerers do we have for Delver? Type sort. We have 6, and not all of them are necessarily making the deck. Let's just take Dissipate then. That probably won't make the deck either, but it's got more of a chance. Huh. Magma Jet is probably the best card of all those, so I'll just grab that. And yeah, I'm not gonna worry about like cutting down to my actual deck. Like I said, probably gonna cut Warmonk, probably gonna cut one of those 5 drops. Memory jar is gonna get cut. Just kind of want to play blue cards and do stuff, I think is the plan. I don't even have to play Mystic Snake. I just kind of like the idea. Like, it might just be better to go, like, 4 planes and... or, like, 3 planes, probably, in Geist. I don't know. Like, you'll realize that when you're basically... Sweet. When you're basically one color, you eventually reach a point where, like, you can just play a lot for your, like, for your splashed... How do I phrase it? You can play... Once you hit like 11 or 12 of a basic land, like 10, 11, 12, there's really not a huge difference when you're basically monocolored. So it allows you to play a lot more of your splash, like your much less. So yeah, we're basically this mono blue aggro tempo control hybrid. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. I'll see you guys in there. All right, let's see what we're doing. Who knows? Mono blue could be the new mono red. I don't think that's likely, but this will be a fun deck for sure. Yeah, I might as well just throw it all in there and then make cuts, right? I don't feel like it's... maybe it's worth it just playing legitimately mono blue? I don't know, but like, it feels like it's just kind of a waste not to play Geist, right? Oh. So, that's 24. Like, Geist is just staring me in the face. Fucking Geist. I mean, like, well, we'd be... No, we don't have to play Palinchron at 24. I don't know, Geist feels so strong, though. And I do have Mystic Snake I can use as well. In fact, I think I like Mystic Snake more than Future Sight. Is that accurate? Well, no, I gotta cut something anyway, so I think I'm just gonna cut Future Sight. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna poo-poo Mystic Snake for now. So I guess we actually don't want our Savannah. We do want Flooded Strand for sure. And then, what is it saying? Probably say like 2 plain. Okay, yeah. I think that's a little better. Yeah. Or even just 4 and 10 should be fine, I think, right? Yeah. No, we got Flood Strand. Let's do it this way, just so we can hit our cryptic commands a little more. Okay, so we're gonna try this deck. I've never drafted a deck like this before, in cube or otherwise. I mean, it's just mono blue. Not too happy about some of the guys I'm playing, but I like our mana is obviously very consistent, so this should be really fun. I'll see you guys in there. Welcome to round 1. Totally playing first. Not quite.